Hey guys, this is Hayden. I'm new to Healthy Happy Fitness, but this is my first video, and this week's topic is going to be about disordered eating habits, or disordered eating disorders, disordered eating habits, basically just unhealthy relationships with food, which I'm pretty sure we can safely say most of America doesn't have a healthy relationship with food. And I personally, do sort of struggle with disordered eating habits. I'm not going to necessarily say an eating disorder because I've never been diagnosed. I've never talked to anyone official about it. But, I do deal with stuff, and there was basically a couple times in my life, one in particular where I was just I would binge and then feel awful, awful. And it's just not ideal. You shouldn't feel that awful about eating too much food, and you shouldn't feel compelled to eat that much food in order to feel happy. I don't really feel comfortable going into super a lot of detail. You can probably tell this is making me uncomfortable. I'm not even looking at the camera. But I don't really want to go into a whole bunch of detail about my personal story. You can look at it on my Tumblr. I'll probably be better, writing it out. And I feel really bad because I'm pretty sure I suggested this topic, as a topic for the week. And I'm here I don't want to talk about my own personal story, but I just don't, and I'm not gonna, make myself uncomfortable when there's not really a reason to. But if you really do want to read about it, then you can go ahead and head over to my blog and check out the my About Me section. There should be a little bit of it in there at some point. I'll post it tonight. I really don't remember how much of my disordered eating habits I've written about in there, but yeah, look at that and oh gosh, scroll through the personal post label, and there's gonna be nights where I say terrible things I am, fat and ugly and whatever. Yeah, I'll post the link to my blog below. It's don'tstop-ever .tumblr.com. Anyway, since I don't want to discuss that in person, I was gonna talk to you guys about how I sort of deal with it, if I'm feeling particularly bingy or just down on myself. I even took notes. Not really, just a little bit. But one of the things that I did is made a journal, and mine looks like this. It's super girly and pink, obviously, and has the H on it for Hayden. And the back looks like this. And it's really cute. I used it for a while, and I did find it really helpful, because it sort of teaches you to be really a lot more mindful about what you're eating. But I didn't I didn't find it super necessary for me to write in it every single day. When did I get this? Let me go look at the first date. I think it was November. Yep, got this at the end of November. Anyway, so I use this off and on. I've also used just other random notebooks. When I'm having a particularly bad day, or I start off the day really bad, or I'm in the middle of the day and I'm I have not eaten well today, I'll go to my phone and I'll open up the notes app. If you don't have a smartphone, you can just use a little notebook or piece of paper and stuff it in your purse or anything. But I just write it down. I write down what I've eaten for breakfast and lunch or wherever I am in my day, and then I look at it and I'm okay, it's not as bad as it could be. It's not. Typically, I didn't eat a whole pizza. I'm gonna be okay. And then, I can look at it and say, okay, so for dinner, I'll stick to, whatever, and kind of make a plan. And that's really helpful. That's one of the best things I think that I can recommend that you do if you are man, I cannot eat, control what I'm eating. I will end up, I have a soft spot for cookies or ice cream or whatever. Those are the things that I struggle with because my lunch sells cookies and ice cream or whatever, and the whole my whole table that I sit with usually one person definitely will at least have like 3 cookies a day, and they're all like nice and soft and warm, and I'm just like, stop. No, but yeah, so writing it down helps. This is really nice. I got it off Amazon. I mean, obviously, like, the cover didn't originally look like this. Okay. It's called the Body Minder Workout and Exercise Journal. I think they have one that is just meals, but this one's pretty nice. It's got, like, I hope you can see this. I don't actually know, but it's got, like, cardio workout in the gym, strength training. So if you want to, you can write down, you know, everything that you did. Like, the strength one section has, like, action or equipment, reps, weight, sets. The cardio thing just kind of says, like, time of day, start, finish. And it has, like, check boxes for, like, aerobics class, elliptical, rowing machine, stair climber, stationary bike, and treadmill. And then on the back, right before the food section, there's other exercise outside the gym. And that was mostly what I've been using because I just run, like, outside of the gym. And I've never actually joined a gym, but I'm joining one this summer right when school's out because I'm basically going to kick my own butt. And I plan to be on the cross-country team next year. If you can see my shirt, I got it. What day is it? I got it yesterday night. It's one of the, like, the older shirts that they had, and it's totally Toy Story themed, and on the back it says, like, Run with the Wind bullseye. And it's so cute, and I love it, and I'm super excited. I'm really competitive, and I'm kind of all like, I want to beat all of these runners because I'm going to be a senior next year, and I'm like, I'm going to be a senior, and I'm just starting, so I have to get really good really fast because I don't want to be on JB. Yeah, anyway, back to what we were talking about. So it has all the exercises and stuff that you do, and then it has dietary notes and breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner snack. The only thing is that the boxes are really small, but it's got spaces for your calories and fat grams and carbs and protein, and then little, like, check marks for your water, vitamins, reminders, and then at the very bottom, I really like this, met today's goals. So you kind of give yourself a rating every day. This is really nice and really helpful if you want to go in depth, which I probably will start doing again. But if you don't, then, like, just track if you want to count calories. I mean, it can be good or bad for, you know, eating disorder if you want to make sure that you're eating enough. If you have, like, a, you know, I guess not a real eating disorder, I'm sorry. But, like, you've been diagnosed, you probably should track your calories just to see if you're eating enough. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can't, like, tell you what to do about that. But for me, I have counted calories before, and it's sort of, I don't like doing it because it gets kind of restricted or like I get restrictive, and I don't know, I don't like doing it. So I don't usually count my calories. I just kind of gauge it by whether or not, like, I'm full or how I feel or whatever. At least when I'm trying to be healthy. Like, today I had a crappy day and I was just, like, eating whatever because it was sort of like a celebratory day thing for my school. Anyway, so you can use like a journal like this, you can use just a notebook, or you can use an app on your phone to track what you're eating, and it'll kind of teach you to be more mindful. Second tip, if you're really, like, beating up on yourself and stuff like that, stop weighing yourself. Maybe, like, weigh yourself every once a month or something, but even if you're not trying to lose weight, just don't weigh yourself every day and track that, you know, fourth of a pound and be like, oh my god, I ate so much yesterday, now I weigh 122.5 instead of 122. Like, it's just not worth doing, and your weight fluctuates and blah blah blah. So, I mean, I don't know, and if I have eaten badly and then my weight goes up, I know I feel pretty shitty about it. And so I've just stopped doing it because, like, I'm gauging my progress by the way I look. And, you know, I've taken actual measurements. There's sticky note on my computer of myself, so I can have, like, a little bit of a before and after measurement. Because I'm trying to, like, lose a little bit more weight and then gain some muscle. So don't weigh yourself. Okay, yeah. And to avoid binging on, like, foods that you know that you are, like, you like binging on, or, you know, like binging. I don't think anyone likes binging, but foods that will make you binge, your weakness foods. For me, it's, like, those little rice cake things, that are like, I mean, they're low calorie, but it's like rice cakes. We know there's no nutritional value in that. Those my parents will buy for me sometimes, and I'm just kind of like, thanks, I'll try not to eat them all in one sitting. Those and like wheat thins, and desserts. I have such a sweet tooth. It's ridiculous. So yeah, try and keep that out of the house. I realize that like a lot of us are dependent on our parents for groceries, but just try and tell them like, I don't really want that anymore. So if you can avoid getting that, that'd be awesome. Or, explain to them that you're trying to not eat a ton of that. Or kind of put it in a separate section in your pantry, so that you can just, like turn a blind eye to that section and just not even look at it. Okay. And if you are feeling really bad about yourself, or like you want to purge or restrict and just not eat for a day or starve or whatever, a couple of things I suggest would be, obviously, like finding a distraction from binging or purging or whatever. Find a distraction from whatever behavior your mind is trying to encourage you to do. A lot of people are like, don't binge, exercise instead. But like, we all know that's hard. Like, we all know that we are not inclined to go out and run a mile when we want some chocolate. We're inclined to go eat the damn chocolate. But, so, I mean, if you can have that discipline to make yourself go exercise, by all means go do it. Like, that's awesome. But for me, I don't know. If I've already worked out that day or whatever, and I'm still like, oh, man, I want to eat everything, or for whatever reason, I mean, finding some other distraction will help. Like reading a magazine, going out of the house actually helps me not binge a lot, because if I'm busy doing something, I won't binge. So like going window shopping, just going shopping, going to a friend's house, or even just like staying in a part of your house that's not the kitchen. For me, my living room is like connected to my kitchen, and there's not really a wall between it. So it's basically the same room. And if you're like if I'm sitting there with my parents watching a movie, we're gonna eat a ton of food. So yeah, distract yourself by something. Try and stay away from the kitchen. If you need to, if you're feeling crappy, just wear a big t-shirt. Like, do your makeup pretty, your hair pretty, whatever. But if you're feeling insecure, just wear a big t-shirt. Like, I don't know, it comforts me. I know that a lot of people are like, be confident and wear whatever you want. Again, I don't think that's that easy. If I'm having a bad day, I'm not gonna wear skin-tight clothes. I don't even I'm always having a bad day, I guess, because I don't really wear skin-tight clothes. I think that's it. Drink water is the last thing. If you binge, if you feel like you just had a ton of sugar, drink water. It'll probably help you feel better, cleanse out your system. And tea. If you just ate a meal and you're like, why am I still hungry? I shouldn't be hungry. Drink tea, and then you'll be like, whoa, I don't know how I was hungry, because the tea will like make your stomach expand or something because it's warm. And it's basically like, calorie free. And it'll help you realize that you are actually full. So I guess that's pretty much all my tips. Listen to your body, and just, I guess obviously recognize that you have a problem. They always say that's the first step to recovery and stuff like that, but really, like, recognize that you have a problem, recognize what your triggers are, so that you can be forewarned and be like, okay, I'm just stressed right now, and that's why I want to binge. I don't need this. I don't really need to do this. I can control this, So yeah, those are my tips. I hope they were helpful. I hope I wasn't too obnoxious on camera and staring at the ground and my notes and whatever else. Yeah. I think that's it. It's nice to meet you. Definitely go message me with questions. My URL is going to be in the bottom bar, and I'll try and have like a post up under the About Me section, about my personal, story. It needs to be updated anyway, because I broke up with my boyfriend, and there's still pictures of him all over it, so I need to update that anyway. I think that's it. Have a great night, guys.